Since November, U.S. residents in several East Coast states have reported hovering and low-flying bright lights at night that many observers assess to be uncrewed aerial systems, commonly called drones. To date, federal and state authorities have been unable to explain or corroborate the sightings, suggesting that some may be attributed to airplanes or helicopters. These sightings have sparked curiosity and speculation. Are they drones, weather phenomena, or something more mysterious? As we ponder these sightings, let's turn to the Bible for insight. The Bible, through its rich and metaphorical language, offers passages that can be interpreted in various ways, sparking curiosity and debate about the possibility of extraterrestrial encounters. Whether these passages are read as spiritual metaphors, descriptions of advanced technology, or literal accounts of divine encounters, they continue to inspire wonder and exploration. Ezekiel's vision is one of the most frequently cited passages in discussions about potential UFOs in the Bible. In this vision, the prophet Ezekiel describes witnessing a grand, complex scene that begins with a whirlwind coming from the north, a great cloud with fire flashing forth continually, and a bright light all around it. Within this cloud, Ezekiel sees 4 living creatures, each with 4 faces: a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, and 4 wings. The creatures move in unison and do not turn as they move, suggesting a coordinated, mechanical motion to some interpreters. Moreover, the creatures are described as having wheels within wheels that were full of eyes all around. The appearance of these wheels and their seemingly autonomous movement has led some to speculate that Ezekiel might be describing advanced machinery or even flying vehicles. Some ufologists propose that Ezekiel was witnessing an encounter with an extraterrestrial craft, while others argue that the vision represents a spiritual or divine experience, not necessarily connected to physical beings or objects. The passage in Genesis about the Nephilim is particularly intriguing. It describes a time when the sons of God noticed that human women were beautiful, and they took them as wives, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim. The term Nephilim is often translated as giants or fallen ones, and they are described as the heroes of old, men of renown. This passage has been the subject of much debate and interpretation over the centuries. Some scholars believe that the sons of God were angelic beings who descended to earth and interbred with human women, leading to a hybrid race. This perspective aligns with the notion of ancient aliens, suggesting that these beings were extraterrestrial visitors who had a significant impact on early human history. Others view this passage as a mythological narrative, meant to explain the existence of extraordinary individuals in ancient times, without any extraterrestrial implication. In Ephesians, the Apostle Paul speaks of a struggle that goes beyond the physical realm, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. This passage has been interpreted in various ways, from referring to spiritual warfare against demonic forces to a more metaphorical understanding of battling against corrupt systems and ideologies. For those interested in the intersection of UFOs and the Bible, this verse can be seen as a reference to powerful, unseen entities that exist in the heavenly realms. Some theorists suggest that these could be advanced extraterrestrial beings or civilizations with capabilities beyond human understanding, influencing events on Earth from afar. Isaiah 57 verse 15 mentions, "For thus says the one who is high and lifted up, who inhabits eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, and also with him who is of a contrite and lowly spirit, to revive the spirit of the lowly, and to revive the heart of the contrite." This verse speaks to the omnipresence and eternal nature of God, dwelling in both the highest heavens and among the humble. Interpreters who favor an extraterrestrial perspective might see this as a description of beings that inhabit eternity or other dimensions, suggesting a divine or otherworldly origin. This aligns with the idea that encounters with such beings, described in biblical terms, could be interpreted as interactions with advanced extraterrestrial intelligences. The story of the chariot of fire is found in 2 Kings 2, verse 11, which describes the prophet Elijah's ascension to heaven. This passage recounts a dramatic and supernatural event where a chariot of fire, accompanied by horses of fire, appears and takes Elijah up to heaven in a whirlwind. This vivid imagery has captivated readers for centuries and has been subject to various interpretations. Some theorists suggest that the chariot of fire could be an ancient description of a technological vehicle, possibly a spacecraft or UFO. The description of fire and whirlwind might indicate propulsion systems that were beyond the understanding of people at the time. The horses of fire could symbolize the power and speed of the vehicle, interpreted through the lens of ancient culture. The fiery chariot and whirlwind could also be interpreted as a celestial phenomenon. In ancient times, unexplained lights or movements in the sky might have been described using familiar concepts like chariots and horses. If an advanced craft was observed, the lack of scientific terminology would lead to descriptions based on contemporary experiences and beliefs. From a spiritual perspective, the chariot of fire could be seen as a divine vehicle, symbolizing God's power and the heavenly realm. For those who support the UFO interpretation, this divine vehicle might represent an advanced craft used by extraterrestrial beings to visit Earth and interact with humans. One common interpretation of biblical references to otherworldly entities is that they describe spiritual beings. This includes angels, demons, and other divine or supernatural figures mentioned throughout the Bible. For instance, Ezekiel's vision could be seen as a description of cherubim, which are often depicted as divine beings serving God. The Nephilim, often referred to as sons of God, might be considered angelic beings that interacted with humans, thus creating a hybrid race known for their might and renown. On the other hand, some theorists propose that these descriptions of spiritual beings are actually ancient accounts of encounters with extraterrestrial life forms. Proponents of this view argue that the Bible's descriptions of heavenly beings descending to earth and interactions between these beings and humans could be interpreted as visits by aliens. For example, the chariots of fire mentioned in 2 Kings 2 verse 11, which carried Elijah into heaven, are seen by some as ancient UFO sightings. The notion that biblical passages could be describing advanced ancient technology is another intriguing theory. This perspective suggests that the biblical authors, using the language and concepts available to them, might have been documenting encounters with highly advanced beings or technology. Ezekiel's detailed description of wheels within wheels and the creature's synchronized movements can be interpreted as observations of a sophisticated mechanical device. The wheels could represent a form of propulsion system or vehicle, possibly a spacecraft, that was beyond the understanding of people at the time. Similarly, some believe that the story of Noah's Ark is a record of ancient engineering marvel. The precise dimensions and construction details given in Genesis 6 verses 14 to 16 suggest a level of understanding and capability that some argue could have been imparted by an advanced civilization. The intriguing relationship between UFOs and the Bible is a multifaceted topic that has captivated scholars, theologians, and enthusiasts for years. The Bible, with its rich tapestry of symbolic language, divine encounters, and extraordinary events, offers a fertile ground for various interpretations, including those that intersect with modern UFO theories. Ultimately, the Bible's rich and evocative narratives continue to inspire wonder and curiosity about the mysteries of our past and the possibilities of the universe. Whether viewed through a spiritual, technological, or metaphorical lens, these ancient texts invite us to explore the profound questions of existence, divine encounters, and the potential for otherworldly life.